Now let's try doing industry analysis. I will use European pharmaceutical sector and let's see what we can get from it. All right, what we've got here is a pretty decent industry analysis. So we've got some sections like overview, market size and growth rate, key trends, challenges, competitive landscape, regulatory environment, R&D and innovation, future outlook, opportunities, and threats, and some conclusion. Though what I'm missing here is more hard facts, and probably from a transfer pricing perspective, we typically look at the standard structure of industry analysis. We also would be willing to have more references to hard sources. So let's try asking ChatGPT to add all of that. Now it's better. So we've got more information about competitive landscape and key players, and it also included some sales numbers from year 2020. And at the same time, in the beginning, it said that know that my training data is up to September 2021. So it knows that its own limitations, which is good. Lower chance you will use something that is not real. And it included some references saying that, well, it used this or that source. But those references are pretty high level, so you would still be having hard times identifying where each fact actually came from. Let's try asking it if it can provide not just references, but also web links so that we could verify those references. All right, so it now said that it apologizes for the oversight, but it says that training data doesn't include direct links to external sources, and then it gives some recommendations where we could potentially find some of the references it used, but that essentially means that it will be very hard to verify them because you will need to Google each source, so kind of reverse engineer all the references for this industry report, which can be a pretty difficult task. So I'm not sure that using it for industry analysis in this way is a decent, will give you decent results at a meaningful time. So there are alternatives to it, and we will discuss them later in this webinar. But as a minimum, what I would suggest you doing is actually going to those websites first. So go to ChatGPT, ask, tell it, I'm preparing industry analysis for this industry. Can you tell me what are the sources that I could use? And it will give you the list of sources. And then you can use those sources. You can go yourself and Google them and find reports. And then you can, that's like will save you some time. You can then take pieces of that report, give it back to ChatGPT and ask to rewrite it as an industry report. Though then you will still have a limitation of the amount of information you can feed here. So it will require a little bit of playing and finding your own way of doing it, which will probably be pretty different depending on the industry you work for or the industry your client is and the country you're preparing it. With this, let's move to a specialized AI tool, ArmsLength AI platform. This solution was built specifically for transfer pricing professionals, and it solves most of the issues we have discussed so far. So let's see how it works. Another tool that saves a lot of time for transfer pricing professionals is industry analysis. This is the tool that generates full industry analysis for any country and any industry for a particular period. And those industry analyses are supported with references that you could verify and follow the standard layout that is typical for transfer pricing projects. So let's use pharmaceutical industry and let's use Europe as an example here. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to generate full industry analysis, so I will just pause and revert back once it's ready. This industry analysis was generated in 7 minutes, so it follows the standard layout, which is a general overview, history of the industry, major players, market conditions, competition level, regulatory influences, external factors, and future outlook. At the end, you will get the references. Those are the links that you can go and check. So this tool actually uses up-to-date public information that you can verify, and throughout the text it includes those references, so you can actually see all of the facts that are presented here are supported by sources that it could find on the internet and come up with the standard industry analysis that you can immediately use for your purposes. Good practice here is also to generate several industry analyses that are closely related, like let's say you're analyzing information technology sector, so you can start with IT industry analysis, then you can add software industry analysis, then you can add software development or cybersecurity industry analysis, and then you will have a lot of materials to choose from and then combine together, and that all won't take any of your time to generate. It will take you just a few minutes to run all of those, and then all of the work will be done in the background by AI. Give it a try, subscribe, and get all the benefits of AI in your transfer pricing project. You can also book a demo and see it yourself. Visit www.armslengths.ai.